Hello, Challenge Nation. It is Nancy Jutton checking in with you on Friday, September 18th, 2020. And it is decision time for many of you, especially those of you who honor the Jewish holidays. I know that Rosh Hashanah is tomorrow, and many of you will be offline over the weekend as you anticipate a shiny, bright new year, which will be a blessing to all of us given the year that we've had. But if you're one of those people that need to get offline because of your religious preferences, and I know there are many of you here among us, today's a good day to upgrade to VIP so you have the benefit of all of the Be the Podcast Dream Guest Challenge replays for a lifetime, as well as your digital copy of the Bye Bye Boring Bio 2020 workbook, which will help you get media savvy, media ready, and on message so that you can rock the microphone every time you take the stage. The feedback from those who have completed the challenge has been off the charts amazing. I provided it with a full heart and with my complete commitment to your success, and I couldn't be more delighted with the outcomes that have already manifested. If you are one of those folks that just hasn't been able to get through the training and you don't think you'll finish by September 20th, invest $97 and know that you have those materials for a lifetime. And as a member of this group, if you have questions, of course, you can ask them, and I'm here and I'll help you. So there's that. Number two, the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp is going to be starting up soon. And that is the next logical step for action takers, results makers, and no excuses folks that want to link arms and grow deeper in relationship with me, and also welcome those Broadcast Your Brilliance outcomes that are so within your reach when you just have additional support and community. I wanted to share something that actually happened. I am a member of the podcast guest collaboration community, and I don't just go there to look for opportunities for myself. I look there to look for opportunities for clients as well. And just yesterday I was there and I noticed that someone was looking for someone who had an expertise in travel and anxiety, and she was looking for a guest who could talk about both. What do you know? Joanne Williams, who is a member of this group, helps folks travel more anxiety-free with the comfort of a emotional support animal. And she actually has a whole variety of programs that are relevant to that. So I told the woman who was looking for the guest that I knew someone who could be a great guest on your show. And what do you know? The connection has been made and a booking is forthcoming. When you join these podcast groups, yes, of course, we can look out for each other. It's our first inclination to look out for ourselves. But when you look out for others too, then you're in a position to lift up someone else while they're climbing. They will never forget that kindness that you did to them, and they will do the same thing for you. That's the benefit of being in an intimate group of action takers and results makers that want to broadcast their brilliance together. Just today, I was doing a pre-call with a podcast host, and he was telling, this is my second time in being invited to be on the podcast, and we've developed quite a nice rapport. And he mentioned to me that he's been invited to bring some programming to over 10,000 DECA directors across the United States of America. DECA is a youth organization that guides young people to become brilliant entrepreneurs. And he says, I think they have room for a keynote speaker that could be you. May I make an introduction? Well, of course. And then I said, an organization like that could likely benefit from the Bye Bye Boring Bio 2020 workbook as part of their curriculum. Don't you agree? And he said, I do. Let me see if I can make that happen. And what I'm demonstrating to you here is that when you create a relationship with a podcast host, it's not just let me be on your show and let's go. It's how can you create a relationship that can go beyond expectations, beyond the actual broadcast, to set the stage for you to have repeat appearances on the podcast and for them to open up their network to you because you have something that their people need and want and are prepared to invest into to get the benefit or the relief. This kind of media savvy is what it is that I'm going to be teaching and demonstrating and encouraging my Broadcast Your Brilliance boot campers to practice, not only with the hosts they're lucky enough to speak with, but among and between each other. Now, you might be wondering, how is this going to work? because I personally am making myself available Monday through Thursday from 9 to 11 to respond to questions, provide support, make magic happen for every single participant. If you are someone who has a regular job or has a different schedule where 9 to 11 is not your thing, the reason I set that boundary is because I don't want to be sitting at my computer from 8 to in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, responding to questions all day long and twice on Sunday. I am committing myself to 2 hours every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 6 weeks to support, encourage, champion, advocate, and guide my Broadcast Your Brilliance boot campers to great success. So if you're not able to be live on a call, live in the Facebook group between that window, can you post the next day within that window so I can reply? This just gives you a boundary that I'm available 4 days a week, 2 hours each day to support, champion, coach, guide, brainstorm, whatever it is that you want, so that you know, oh gosh, I only have between 9 and 11 to post my questions for Nancy's input. And I know she's going to give me a thoughtful reply and help me go the next step. So I'm going to make it a priority too. So if availability during that window has been one of your objections, set it aside and just know that over a 6-week period of time, if there's a 24-hour delay between when you post your question and when I provide my response, you're still going to get the very best that I have to offer so that you can keep moving forward. Moving forward is what it's all about, and creating podcast guesting opportunities as a well-formed habit, because when you get booked and you are brilliant, you will have a relationship with that host, and all of a sudden you can, when the camera goes off or the recording has stopped, you can say, tell me, Bob, how did that go for you? What could I have done better that would have made it an even better show? And here's something else. Who else would you like to meet? And could I possibly make an introduction? Just yesterday, I was invited to do another pre-call with a podcast host. He actually reached out to me after purchasing my Bye Bye Boring Bio preview from Amazon. And he said, I bought your book on Amazon and just love it. Won't you please be a guest on my Get Clients Now podcast? I have had some of the biggest names in the world on my show, and having you on the show would make it an even greater opportunity. You can just imagine how that made me feel. So he says, I always insist on having a pre-call with my guests. Won't you please commit to that? So of course I said yes. And yesterday we had this pre-call, and it was an opportunity to create rapport with the host. It was an opportunity for me to show that I had the proper microphone and the proper headset and the right lighting scenario. It was the opportunity for me to say, how did you get into podcasting and what do you like best about it? It was an opportunity for me to say, who's the guest you'd like to have that you haven't quite been able to book? Maybe I know someone who can make that happen. Just in that 15-minute pre-call, he was wowed beyond expectations. He said, I cannot wait to have you on the show. And he's done over 360 shows, which means that this isn't something he just does as a fly-by-night. This is something that has an audience that is going to bring an audience to what it is that I have to bring too. So why does that matter? Because if you're in the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp, and I am in a position to recommend you as a follow-up guest to any of the guest posts that I do, well, what do you know? There you have it. That's what we're going to do in Broadcast Your Brilliance. You're going to ask questions. You're going to get feedback. You're going to make this a well-formed habit. And we're going to lift each other up as we climb. And we're going to get more sophisticated and more polished in the way we create relationships with these influential hosts so that we can escape the delete key and be arms wide open to welcome the kinds of opportunities that we want for more leads, more clients, more connections, more collaborations, and more cash. And when you welcome just one new client into your premium program from a podcast guest opportunity or a keynote speaking opportunity, the tuition will be covered and you'll be all set. So if you know that you want to upgrade to VIP to get the replays and the Bye Bye Boring Bio, please go ahead and do it right away. And I'll post a link below this video so you can do that. And if you know that Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp is right for you and you're ready to just say, I'm all in, let's go. Well, be all in and let's go, because great things are waiting. And it's going to be an intimate group of great people that know that I'm their teacher and that we're going to make magnificent things happen together. So if you have any questions at all about the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp or the VIP upgrade, give me a call, send me a smoke signal, post a note in the chat. I'm totally here for you, but everything's closing on September 20th, which is Sunday. And if you are someone of the Jewish faith, you're probably going to be signing off of your computer by noon today. So I just wanted to make sure that I talk to you directly, because I don't want your religious observance to stop you from getting exactly what you want and to have something really brilliant to look forward to. So this is Nancy Jutton saying, I just love doing this work. I want to have people working with me to make brilliant things happen. And I hope that you are going to be coming along with me, because we're going to make magic happen, and it's going to be beyond your expectations fabulous. All right, that's all I have for now. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.